All right. So before we went to the break, Alfred asked a question, Bishop. And I wanted you to come back as coach. So I'm gonna call you coach.
Yes.
Okay, coach,
Yes.
Coach Cash. Okay, Coach Cash. You teach this stuff. You have people assigned to you. God has blessed you to run a business where you can equip other people to do
Yes.
work. And so I want you to talk about the work. What are some things that we need to be doing? Very
Yes.
specific, tangible, because that's where we get caught up and lost.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And so I created a 7-step process called Thrive, right? And so it's an acronym THRIVE, right? And so step number one is to take assessment of who you are, right? So the T is to take an assessment of who you are, and make sure that you love what you're doing what you love, right? Because a lot of times people are by default, because they went to school for something, or they're somewhat good at it, they are doing something that they're not really good at, or that they're good at they don't really want to do. And so take an assessment and figure out, what do you love to do? Because when you love to do something and you do it with passion, that passion is what's going to bring the paycheck. So number one, I want you to take an assessment of who you are. Number two, I want you to halt any activities, right? H is halt any activities that you're only doing for money, right? And so if the only thing by doing this activity that you're getting is money, then this is not what you should be doing, because at the end of the day, you need to take this passion, the value that you bring to the table, and it should be an equal exchange, that for this passion, for this love of what you love to do, you're actually getting money back, right? Number three, I want you to research all of the ways that people are actually making money, right? And so there's nothing new under the sun. And so whatever you're passionate about, there's someone right now as we speak that's already making money doing that thing. And so I want you to do some research. Find out how are all of the different ways that people who have the same passion that you have, how are they monetizing that passion right now? Number four, I want you to identify at least 4 products or services that you could provide based on your value, right? And so based on who you are, what are 4 products or services that you can offer? Number 5, which is V, I need you to now vibrate on the wave of that success. And what that means is a lot of times we're looking at other people doing what we want to do and they're loving it, but we don't believe that we can do it. And so in order for us to do it, we have to get our mind right and start to vibrate on that level of success. That means vision, right? That means you have to have a vision. You have to see yourself doing it. You have to see yourself being successful doing it. Number 6, now it's time to execute, right? I want you to execute those 3 or 4 things that you put down, those products or services. I need you to execute on them one by one. I don't want you to do them all at one time. I want you to say, okay, what makes the most sense? If it's writing a book, if it's starting a mastermind, if it's putting out the product, starting a t-shirt line, that one thing, find that one thing and execute on it. And then once you execute on it, right, I then want you, this is a bonus. This is why 7, it's actually 6, but here's the bonus. The bonus is after you execute on it, I want you to do it. I want you to document it, right? Document your process of how you did it. And then I want you to delegate, right? So I want you to do, I want you to document, and I want you to delegate. So let's say you say, okay, I'm going to do this book. This book is this first idea that I want to do. I'm going to write the book. I'm going to figure out how to be successful with the book. I'm going to sell a lot of copies of it. And now this is my business. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to document how I did it. Now I'm going to delegate somebody else to run that book business. Now, idea number 2, I'm going to grab idea number 2. I'm going to create that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to document. I'm going to delegate. And you keep doing that. And what happens when you do that? Now, you have multiple streams of income. You have more. So not only were you fruitful, but now you multiply. Now you took this idea that you had, you created this idea, you did it, you documented it. Now you're delegating. Guess who is who you're delegating to? Somebody else that may have a love for doing the thing that you have been obedient to do, and now you're providing opportunity. And so if you thrive, right? If you thrive, number 1, right? Take an assessment of who you are. Number 2, halt any activities that you're doing for money only. Number 3, research all the ways that people are making money already with the thing that you love to do. Number 4, identifying at least 4 products or services that you can offer based on what you love to do. Number 5, vibrating on the wave of that success. And number 6, executing that plan one by one. And number 7, the bonus, which is do, document, delegate.
Man.
Can I drop the mic?
Yeah, you could drop the mic. One of us.
Basically, I'm done. I'm
drop the mic, and I'll pick it up. I know it's hot, but I'll pick it up. Listen, I want you to talk a little bit though about, because you and I both know you and I talk a lot about this, but you talk to a lot of people, and let's say you talk to 100 people, as this D said, everybody will be like, yeah, amen, waving their hands, and then there's a percentage of those people that actually go out and do and execute.
Yeah.
And I tell people the difference between those who execute and those who don't is a matter of faith. Yeah. Because people will say, well, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. Versus faith is saying, I don't know either, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm going to step out on this water. I don't know. But what is the faith mindset of the people that take that whole blueprint that you laid out, the game plan, as Dee might say, you're the coach, go out there and do this, and know that some people will go out there and say, well, the coach said this could be done, so I'm gonna go do it. And others will say, well, I tried, coach, I missed the shot, and now I'm coming back to the bench because it didn't work.
Yeah, so the mindset is number 1, not taking score, right? And not comparing. A lot of times people are afraid to take that first step because they're busy looking at someone else's success, and now they want that level of success immediately. And so if they might try something and it doesn't work because they're looking at someone else's success. But the truth of the matter is that success is just getting up and doing, right? And so the mindset is saying, listen, I'm not even telling you to do, document, and delegate and become a millionaire tomorrow. If you made $1, if you made $5, if you made $100, if you made $1,000, you are on your way. And so really the mindset is just getting them into the habit. And it's usually around the small wins. We don't give enough credit to our small wins. Again, we're looking at the massive wins. We're looking at somebody on social media who has 1 million followers or 100,000 followers, and we're like, that's the success I want. Or we're looking at somebody on television and we're saying, I can do that too. But again, it's about setting those goals. And so I always tell people to set up 3 types of goals, right? You should have your short-term goals. These are the things that you want to accomplish within 1 to 3 years. You should have your midterm goals, which are things that you want to accomplish between 3 to 7 years. And then also have your long-term goals, which are the things that you want to accomplish between 7 years and above. The reason why it's important to do that is because if you just take all of your goals and you put them all in one bucket, and then now you don't segment them, now you're not able to identify, any wins, right? Because if your long-term goal says, $100,000 and you put out this business and you made $5,000, that's a win. But you're so focused on this $100,000 that you will never get to this $100,000 because you didn't celebrate that 5,000. And so now if you have these short-term goals, you said, this week, I'm going to speak to X amount of people, and I'm going to do this. And that's the other thing though, too, is that a lot of times our goals are attached to the outcome where our goals should be attached to the activity. Right? What is the activity? You want to lose weight? Don't say I want to lose 100 pounds. Say I'm going to eat better for I'm going to eat this. I'm going to do that. Right? What is the activity? Because if you focus on the activity, then the goal will actually come to you.
I love it. You know what that reminds me of? Right. Tracking the lead indicators versus the lag indicators. Right? Tracking, that's about execution, right? You may not always be able to control the outcome, meaning the output or meaning the sale, meaning the revenue, but and if you don't focus on that, but just only focus on the execution, which is a lead indicator, you will be successful. But I love Ashcash that you said we're focusing, we just need to shift our focus, shift what we're looking at, because it's a better opportunity to celebrate when you are looking at from the place you started to the place you are now. So let's see, we got 30 seconds here. And I think we're coming back with one more, I believe.
Nope, I think this is it.
Oh no. Oh God.
Yeah.
Ashcash, tell them where to find you.
You can find me on, go to my website, iamashcash.com, or follow me on all social media platforms at iamashcash.
All right,
Bro.
there it is. Bishop, Coach, Doc, Money Maven, Alfred's mentee. He trying to claim him, but it's my friend. And anyway, we'll be right back to wrap up the show after this. It's Be Lifted Up.